Alright guys, how we doing? And we're here right now to show you how to farm Yami Bakura level 30 and get the most points we can. At this point, we kind of figure level 40 is not going to be worth it. There's way too many counters in the deck. It's just, there's no consistent way to farm them. My personal goal at this point is just to get 3 copies of every super rare card, and I think the best way to do that is going to be farming level 30 Bakura, and the deck's a lot easier. You do not have to deal with the soul exchanges. So we're gonna come in. We'll take a look at the event here. I've been farming these keys pretty hard. We got over 999 keys. You can collect an infinite amount, but the game will only show 999. So we're definitely prepared in the key department. But yeah, we're gonna head over to the gate here, and let's kick off this farm. All right, guys, how you doing? Now, the first thing I want to go over here is the obvious separation in farming decks that there is now. Clearly, Union Attack is redefined farming. It is going to be the staple, how easy it is to hit over 10k using Union Attack. And that's not even going into depth on the glitches surrounding the AI's interaction with Gravekeeper's Vassal. It bypasses Kribo's and enemy controllers right now. Anyhow, we all know I have not managed to pull a Union Attack myself, so I'm still stuck in this older meta where I'm pleasing to the masses. Anyhow, get to it. This is my deck to farm more than... this is my deck I'm using to farm for over 8k points against level 30 Bakura, and it does not use Union Attack. Now, essentially, there's really two sides to any farming deck. You have the setup and or stall, whatever's going to allow you to stay alive and in the game to the end. Then you have your end game. Your end game. So like, how are you going to win? How are you going to hit over 10k if that's what you need to get your score? So basically, this deck, straight up, we're running your solid Rex. Your Rex Beater Core, they're going to be 1900 attack monsters. They're going to be able to kill any monster level 30 Bakura puts down without tribute summoning. That's the important part. That's going to be core. That's not really negotiable in this setup. Now, there's 2 different endgames you can run to this deck. You could run the Piranha endgame, but my problem with the Piranha endgame is you have to basically play everything in the last turn. You got to hoard a ton of cards right to the end. The really nice thing about this deck is I'm bringing Spirit Ryu back. Now, this is going to run Spirit Ryu as an endgame condition, meaning all you need to hold on, all we need to have is your 2 backup soldiers set on the field. You're gonna have Spirit Ryu in hand and your 3 dragons in hand. It can be any 3 dragons, 1500 attack or less. I had Black Landfire in here, but I just wanted to put Petit Dragon. They're just too adorable. Now, that's it. So you really only have to have 4 cards in your hand, and the rest of this entire deck is playable. Now, the Stay Alive, the other half is obviously we need to counter Bakura's his final showdown skill. The final, the skill that he spells out final and automatically wins the game. So we need to banish his Dark Necrofear from his graveyard. We're running 5 cards to do that. We have 2 Dissapears. Now, this can be any number. Mixture of Dissapears or Gravedigger Ghouls. I'm running 2 and 2 because those cards I happen to have shiny versions of. And then I'm actually running a Cat of Ill Omen. Now, if you don't have this cat, just throw in either a 3rd Gravedigger's Ghoul or a 3rd Dissapear. This cat is in this deck because it's actually serving a double purpose. If you manage to pull a Dissapear, if you manage to draw a Dissapear or a Gravedigger Ghoul in your first 3 to 4 turns, then you can save your cat, use its flip effect to pull your 2nd backup soldier out of your deck, because that takes away the very small possibility of backup soldier being your last card. The way I look at it is I've pretty much optimized this deck as far as efficiency, safety goes on both sides. You have to put as much resources as you want, as you feel necessary towards blocking the final losing condition from him spelling final, and then you also, the only other real losing condition here is not drawing a monster in your opening hand that you can start playing down on the field, because the only other real threat level 30 Yami Bakura has is his Ectoplasm. If he plays Ecto, essentially The thing is, he will never play Ecto if he only has one monster on the field, meaning he's playing one that turn. So if you're able to get a Dino on the field and just kill his monster every turn, you are 100% safe from Ecto. So that's the thing. I've balanced this deck. We're running the 6 beaters. I've thrown in Susa Soldier. Susa Soldier is a very niche card I find I've liked because Susa is always going to be chosen out of this selection here, unless you have a Scorpion in your hand. And even then, it's a toss-up. But Susa, no, he'll take Scorpion on exchange. But Scorpion's literally just a tribute. He's in this deck just for tribute points. Now Susa is cool because it will always be chosen from the enemy via exchange, and then right after he plays it, it comes back to your hand. So it's kind of like a counter to exchange. Honestly, if you don't have Susa, if you don't have this Millennium Scorpion, you can run your Blue Eyes, your Prismatic Blue Eyes White Dragon in there as well. They're just in there for the Prismatic points and the Tribute points. But yeah, here's the deck, guys. Fusion Gate substitutable for Polymerization. It's in there to pull out our Brachioratus from Two-Headed King Rex and Crawling Dragon 2. So that's just going to be, once again, fusion points, and they're going to hold the field down for us. But this is it, guys. This deck is performing extremely well and extremely consistently for me, getting over 8k points against level 30 Yami Bakura. Now, like I said, anybody who does not have Union Attack, like myself, this is the way to go for this event. This is going to be, you're going to get the most gold, you're going to get all your card drops, you're going to get the most gold and the most gems efficiently for your dice. Now, let's test it out. Let's jump right into the farming. And there, perfect. So let's head into this Yami Bakura farm. It's always nice having an example of what to do and what not to do. So we'll start this off with what to do, and then how to do it correctly, and then I'll show you the other farm that I did, and it didn't go quite as well as I wanted it to. I made a easy to make error, but I'll point it out so you guys can avoid making it yourself. And once again, beautiful opening hand. Like I really like the balance point we found with this deck. I really like the balance point we found with this deck. I've added the deck list on the side for you guys now, and let's get it going. So obviously we're going to set our Dissapear. That's going to get rid of our Dark Necrofear and shut down that final win condition right out of the gate. I started with my glossy two-headed King Rex, which is great. Always take notes of which cards you guys have that are glossy. Every time you get to play them, you're obviously increasing that max score, because we're not just farming like normal standard duelists, where you only care about hitting those tiers of every 1,000 to unlock your new chest or possible reward, because the points are infinitely multiplied. So scoring 8,100 is better than scoring 8,000. Here I'm actually just going to probably summon out this Scorpion while I have it in my hand, because if he exchanges, you never want to leave this Scorpion in your hand, because if he pulls an exchange, he's going to choose the Scorpion, being a tribute monster. Although it's probably not the worst thing, because you're going to be able to prevent him from playing the Scorpion. Just make sure he never has something to tribute for it. But it's definitely annoying, because you're also losing out on your Prismatic points. Now, instead of the Scorpion, you guys should probably run Blue Eyes White Dragon, the new Prismatic. That's pretty much where you would run it in this. Like, I'm just using it as a tribute monster for the tribute points, and it just happens I have a Prismatic Scorpion. We pulled it from Odeon, so it's just an added bonus. Keep it going. Do not forget, kill every monster on the enemy side of the field every turn. That's an easy mistake to make. I've definitely made it a couple times. And it's good to get the Gravel Storms out of the way. I have yet to ever, like I've done this a good 20 times now, and I've yet to see him mess up our combo with Gravel Storm, but I just have in the back of my head, I imagine that it's possible. Now, just keep going. Susa will be back in my hand. So Susa's played now. You only get your Prismatic points one time for playing Susa Soldier like this. I know I get asked that question a couple times. But now it'll basically sit in my hand now, just waiting for him to pop an exchange. He'll take the Susa Soldier, no big deal. Maybe he'll kill my Crawling Dragon, but I won't miss it. What do I have in my graveyard here? Just 1 2-headed king. Essentially at this point I'm waiting for one more 2-headed King Rex so I can pull off my fusion summon. Mind you, I have not pulled my fusion gate yet, so I can't quite do that. I run fusion gate just because it doesn't clog your hand. Realistically, I could probably just run you could absolutely run Polymerization. I don't actually have any specific need. It's considering the fact that once you use Fusion Gate, you lose your Jurassic World. The fusion monster we're summoning in any way is just stronger than you possibly need it to be. I've never really... It doesn't make a difference one way or another. Discard, we have one of those in the field already, so we don't need another one of these guys. And yeah, essentially, you're never going to lose. You counter everything he has as long as you continually clear the field every turn. So your only real lose condition on this deck is if you don't draw a beater in the first 2 to 3 turns, and he draws an Ecto. He's going to play it, and that is going to shut down your farm attempt. And then really, we're running 5 cards that have the ability to shut down final. I find that's my hot spot, the niche, good feeling spot for you. If you commit any more cards than that, you're just leaving the deck way too high and dry. 5, absolutely most of the time, you're going to draw in your first 4 to 5. In your first, what is it? So I guess you get turn 1, which is 4 cards. He always goes first. So your turn 2, there's an F on the board already. You're drawing into a 5th card. So you have like 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. You're going to draw 8 of your 20 cards. 5 of those 20 cards are going to shut down the final win condition. So it's pretty consistent. Almost every game, you're gonna do it. And so we're almost at the end here. And as you can see, our Spirit Ryu win condition is starting to shape up. I absolutely love that I was able to bring back the Spirit Ryu and put it to good use in this deck. I absolutely miss farming with Spirit Ryu. Get out our Fusion Dinosaur. Like normally, you get him out, he'll hold the field regardless for you. He's just huge. We haven't been exchanged yet. Speak of the devil, there it is. And that is exactly why I keep Susa Soldier. He will always pick it out of your hand, stopping him from shutting down any win conditions we might have. For example, if he was to steal Spirit Ryu or Petit Dragon, that would have shut us down. And yeah, so essentially we're just waiting now to win. We have both backup soldiers set on the field, waiting for us to just run Spirit Ryu up and hit for 10k. Now I actually just messed up again, and it's not going to affect anything because we do have the extra monsters. The extra monsters to bail me out essentially, but I forgot to kill his monster that turn. I got all excited about explaining Spirit Ryu. Therefore, we're going to be forced to sacrifice this turn with Ectoplasma. He never would have played it whatsoever in your normal farms. He's not going to. Just remember that. Cannot forget to kill off the monsters on the enemy side every single turn. So here we are. We just discard this out. We're going to draw into the last turn of the game now, which is when we know we need to win. Gravedigger Ghoul. I just use it for the sake of getting it out of the way. Actually, all of my Gravedigger cards, all of my graveyard banishing cards are glossy, so I play them for the points. And here we go. End the game with your Spirit Ryu combo. Being the beater deck that it is, I don't run Secret Passage to the Treasures because we need every spare card we can get with this setup. and you're always going to have monsters available to just clear the path for your Spirit Ryu. And there's no enemy controllers or Karibos that you have to deal with on level 30, so you don't have to worry about your attack being shut down. And just like you guys remember from the Spirit Ryu days, discard your Petit Dragons, activate your backup soldiers, toss it back in your hand. Remember not to chain your 2 backup soldiers together. I've done that before, and essentially you waste both trap cards on one set of monsters instead of doing it separately. Therefore, you'll end up about 3,000 attack short. But here's our second backup soldier. We'll pop that. And that'll be 3 more monsters left. And our Spirit Ryu is going to smash into Bakura's face for 10,000 damage. And we'll have to tally up the score. We got our Tribute through. We got our Tribute summon, Special summon, Fusion summon. 10k damage. We're not going to get a comeback victory or low life here, but here we go. Check it out. Ooh, dual victory, no damage, cards on the brink, Prismatic. So I had 1200 in Prismatic and Glossy. That is a huge amount coming from support, but you guys can cut 500 off that because this deck has 500 worth of slack in it. So out of the 1200 Prismatic Glossy that I'm using, you can get away with running 800 worth and still hit 8k. That might be a little tight for some of you, but a lot of these cards are flexible too. Like the beaters, the Susa soldier can be, like I said, you can just run Blue Eyes. I actually apologize. The deck list I have posted here must be just outdated by 1 touch-up. I swapped out Blue Eyes White Dragon for my Scorpion, my Prismatic Scorpion. That being said, it's actually perfect that I forgot to make that one last change, because the one you guys see here is the one most commonly usable by all of you, because you all got that Prismatic Blue Eyes. I doubt many of you have a Prismatic Scorpion, so it's perfect. As you can see, I've just swapped out that Blue Eyes for my Prismatic Millennial Scorpion. It's easier to make a 1 tribute than it is to make the 2, and the Scorpion's just as strong as we need in this farming. But, well, we'll jump into it here. We're going in. We got Yami Bakura, level 30. Level 40 is just a nightmare. Honestly, there's been some really awesome decks put together for level 40, but 100% reliant on you having that Union Attack win condition and abusing the Gravekeeper's Vassal glitch right now. But yeah, here we go. Level 30, like most farm decks, it's almost no farm decks are 100% guaranteed wins. There are still the very minuscule percentages that you can completely dead draw these decks, just like any other deck that you're playing, to be honest. I mean, if you put 6 spell cards and 14 monsters in a deck, you could still draw those 6 spell cards, your first 6 cards, and lose the game. The RNG factor of all these card games. But here we go. This was actually a beautiful opening hand for this deck. Nice and balanced. They've actually given us 2 answers right away to finish to the final. We drew 2 of our 5, which is beautiful. We got 2-headed King Rex. I always like to check to make sure. This is a glossy one, so I'm playing my glossy one for a couple extra bonus points. So basically, the point here now, you just control the board. We got our 1900 Rex. We got our 1900 Dino out. We'll go ahead and pop Dissapear. Not even fool around. Get rid of the Dark Necrofear. So we've shut down the win condition via final now. And yeah, I mean, I can draw Millennial Scorpion. No point in holding on to it. Get it out on the field. Now, there's one really important part that you need to know about the middle game of this, though. At all times, you need to keep in your hand 1 monster, 1 dinosaur, 1 monster that you're not afraid to lose, an expendable monster. So if you were to get exchanged at any time, you need to know what card. The Bakura is going to pick your strongest monster as an exchange target, regardless. So right now, if I was to get exchanged, he would pick my 2-headed King Rex. Anyhow, basically every turn here, all we're going to do is kill the monster that he summons, if he summons a monster. keep the field clear, and that is going to 100% prevent him from activating any of his Ectos, and that's it. That's the last threat we really got to worry about. We've got field control now, we've shut down Final. As long as he doesn't activate an Ecto, we are laughing. Here's our Susa, which is awesome. I'll summon the Susa Soldier. That's going to lock in that first 200 prismatic points for me. I'm overshooting 8k by quite a lot with this current setup, and there's the reason I like running Susa, specifically because he will pick Susa Soldier out of my hand every time. Usually he'll play Susa in attack mode and kill one of our dinosaurs that we had in our hand, but because we didn't have a dinosaur, that didn't happen. So I believe he actually just played Susa in defense mode, so we'll probably we're just gonna kill it. It'll go to my graveyard then. Unfortunately, we don't get it back. We don't need it. We got the one summon. It's kind of there for two reasons. Well, specifically because I have a prismatic version, it gets me the bonus points, but it also counters the exchange. He always picks Susa Soldier, and at worst case scenario, he's going to kill one of your monsters with it. At this point, I mean, you can afford to. You don't clog your field. You can afford to play two monsters. I usually like to hold back until I know I'm using the couple shinies I have available to myself. Cat of Ill Omen. I'm trying to hold back on the cat as well until I draw my first backup soldier, so the cat can be guaranteed to draw the one that's necessarily stuck in the deck. There's one. Cool. So I'll do that now. Just trying to figure out how I'm going to get this cat to die, though. If I play it, I'm scared if I play the cat right now, it will clog the field. And don't necessarily know if the enemy's going to... Oh, I guess he's going for it right now. Oh, wait. So here's our first mistake. Like I said, every single turn we need to attack the enemy. Now I'm in trouble because Ecto's going to be up on the field. Is this current attack equal to the original attack? Okay, so the original attack, he's going to take 1,000. He won't die, but... it is annoying. So now that Ecto's up, though, we're definitely going to be able to set the cat. Ideally, guys, I would have just simply attacked with the Scorpion. This never would have happened. He'll never play Ectoplasmer if you clear the field on the far side. But this shouldn't be too big of a deal. They're going to tribute off. They'll tribute off the Scorpion. Damage translation, which is actually probably beneficial. He's going to take less damage overall. But even with making this mistake, I think we're totally fine. We're not missing any parts of this farm. The cat's going to guarantee we pull our second backup soldier right now, which is important because if your second backup soldier gets stuck on as the last card of the deck with my current setup, you will not complete the farm perfectly. Now, an option for that is putting in a third backup soldier. I didn't want to sacrifice. I really did not want to sacrifice having my any card slot in this deck, so I didn't bother doing that. And now... if I play monster in face-up attack mode, he's just going to make me tribute it anyway, so we're just going to set... Actually, I don't want to risk not getting this fusion out, because it's worth a good couple points as well. Hoping we actually pull this farm off. We did mess up. It shouldn't make too much of a difference, though. 5 more turns left, though. Yeah. We're gonna redo this. Anyhow, guys, that's a good example of what not to do. You always gotta remember to kill every monster on the enemy side of the field, and that will not happen. There you have it, guys. That is going to be how to farm level 30 Yami Bakura for over 8k points. You guys can start racking up your score. What are we at right now? I spent most of the day today farming dice. And yeah, 1.1. I mean, it's nothing crazy. I'm planning on grinding out at least another 2 million tomorrow, and a ton more dice as well. But yeah, I would say not my favorite card drops for an event, but honestly, this thing's dropping so much gold and gems as rewards for actually farming that I will continue to farm this event until I lose my mind just for the gold and the gems alone. There's your rainbow chests have a chance at dropping 2,000 gold, and your regular chests are dropping 500 gold, which is crazy. I think I've already gotten almost 230,000 gold from this event. But yeah, get your farm on, guys. Keep it real, and I always say, come check out the stream. I always try to stream about 6 hours a day, Monday through Friday at least. Most Saturdays we're on as well. And yeah, take it easy. Thanks for watching, and there'll be lots more to come. Hoping to come out with some more farming videos. But most importantly, guys, stay classy.